Welcome back to Between the Lines on Sports Radio 810 WHB. It's time for our weekly chat with Alex Smith, Chiefs quarterback, who is on quite a roll, as are the Chiefs. How about this? Last 6 games, 14 touchdowns, 2 interceptions, 63% completions. Life is good for Alex Smith these days. How you doing, man? Doing good?
Yeah, I'm doing good. Good, thanks.
This thing is really starting to roll. We've talked all season long about, progress, and I know it's a progression week to week. Man, it must feel really good right now what you guys are doing offensively.
Yeah, I feel like we've been in a great rhythm as far as these last 5-6 games, especially as far as our consistency goes. That's good. I think we needed it. We'd had some glimpses here and there earlier in the season that never really put it together, and now to string some games together has been, I think, important for us. It's been good for us. Expectations, mindset, all that stuff that stuff slowly starts to change. And it's kind of a progression, and I think we're on a good path right now.
How much have you practiced screen passes this year? I think the Saints were probably known as the best screen team in the NFL.
Yeah.
That's gone. It's the Chiefs. It's hands down. And I went back and looked at all these plays. Every one of them is a completely different formation. You got people going in different directions. There's no way to tell when it's coming. How many variations and how much do you work on screen passes?
The funny thing is, I've been around a lot of different coaches and systems, and a lot of times screens are just kind of an afterthought. You practice them, but the detail of them isn't really there. And from day one,
third and 15.
It's kind of like go make a play, type deal. And from the day we started in OTAs and we ever first started practicing screens, I've never seen so much detail put into screen plays as Coach Reed puts them in. I mean, when he's installing these things, the detail with the line, with the backs, with the skilled guys outside, the quarterback. I mean, all this stuff ties in together. And how much detail there is in all these plays. So it's certainly not an afterthought here in this system. It's something that gets coached the same as everything else, with a ton of detail. And we've worked really hard at it all year. And I think we've been close all year. We've been close to springing a few on film.
Right.
When we've come back and we watched it on Monday, it's like, God, this play was this close to breaking. And, and then it was just one of those days we hit them. Coach, obviously the timing, I think, and a bunch of those were great calls. And then anytime you get those long touchdowns like that, there's guys downfield blocking. And then when you turn on the film to see what Dwayne was doing, Junior, all those guys downfield, Donnie, all those guys downfield, just all getting a piece in it, dominating their guy downfield. And that stuff kind of goes unnoticed. It's the only way you get those 50-yarders, though.
I think on the wheel route, which obviously wasn't the screen, I think Junior came across, if I got this right, he came across, his man comes with him, and then the move he makes, his man hits the linebacker who's probably on Jamal on that play.
Yeah.
So he actually gets 2 guys with one.
And then he goes and takes his safety out.
At the end, theoretically, do these plays not work in some places because maybe players are more selfish and don't do those things, or is this just an unwritten rule in football? Everybody is all in on every play.
Yeah, I think it's a lot of things. One, you do have to have selfless players. You have to have a selfless team. You got to have guys that go out there and it's all about the team, and they're willing to sacrifice and do things that go unnoticed for the better of the team. And the other thing, obviously, is the coaching. I mean, you got to have good coaching and detail and the way it's taught and executed. And you kind of have to have both those things, and I think we do have those. We certainly have a selfless group for sure. I mean, our group of wideouts, and it starts with Dwayne. I mean, he sets the tone for those guys. By far, the most selfless receiver I've ever been around. Certainly, as far as the guy has talent. Just so happy when we win. Doesn't care how many balls he catches, how many yards he has. He wants, obviously he's like every receiver. He wants the ball. He's always open. And he's that kind of talent that deserves that. But selfless guy, man. I mean, and he really sets the tone, I think, for that whole entire room.
In a game like last week, did you know midweek you're putting a game plan together? Do you look at the Raiders? Do you know, hey, this could be a big screen week? These guys are susceptible to this stuff.
Looking at the first game, we certainly, they got aggressive with us. There a lot of different pressures. Things they were throwing at us, and it certainly felt good as screens as kind of a complement to some of that to kind of get after that. So did feel good about it. I mean, certainly didn't think that was going to happen.